If it's Sunday, it must be Sunday dinner with Chef Joe. That was one of these, you know when the alarm goes off at a race and there's like a false start? I think that's what we just had. Is that what we just had? I think so. Anyways, welcome to Sunday Dinner with Chef Joe. I hope you are all as full and as overweight as I am over this weekend of eating and eating and eating and drinking and eating and yeah. Anyways, so today, traditionally in our house, today is last day of leftovers. So, because we have turkeyed ourselves out. We ate turkey on Thursday, we ate turkey on Friday, we ate turkey Saturday, and now we're eating turkey today. So this is it. So what I'm going to do today is we're going to make a shepherd's pie out of all the leftovers that we have so that we can finish them all up once and for all. So I'm going to start off. I have two, any vessels that you want to use, any kind of bowls or whatever you want to use. I've sprayed these with, you just got to make sure they're oven proof. But I sprayed these with a little butter, and I sprayed those with a little butter and oil, or whatever you want, Pam, whatever you want to do. And then the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our stuffing, and we're going to push that right on the bottom of each of our bowls. And you got to make sure these are oven-proof bowls, okay? Because we're going to be putting these in the oven. All right. So we've got our nice stuffing in there. We might as well finish it up because, this, like I said, this is the last of the stuffing from our Thanksgiving. Okay. Great. You got that? Beautiful. Next, we're going to add some. Now, usually we add some. You always want to add vegetables into your shepherd's pie, and a lot of times you have extra vegetables left over from Thanksgiving, and a lot of times you don't. So this time we didn't. So in its place, you rummage through your freezer, and you find that you got all kinds of frozen little veggies that you didn't remember that you had. So in here I've got some frozen peas, some frozen carrots, and I'm going to just add those right into my mix. All right. And you're probably saying, oh, you're doing two of them. Yes, and I'm going to show you guys why in a few minutes. All right, we got that down. Now, we always have to have, well, you know what? We'll put the turkey in next because we really want to moisten up our turkey. So here I've got the rest of my white meat turkey that I have chopped up, and we're just going to, and I'm putting it in there, and you can see there's even some skin in there because let's face it, skin is one of those things that you gotta love. Or as they say, you gotta have a little skin in the game. Alright. That was a little weird. Okay. The camera lady's giving me I don't know about that one. Alright. So, we've got our turkey in, we got our vegetables in, we got our stuffing in. Now we gotta add a little gravy. So what I've done with this gravy is, when I made gravy on Thanksgiving, I saved half of the juices from our turkey until today. And I made another quick gravy with it, and I just added, really simple to do is, if you take the rest of your gravy, of your drippings, and you put them in a container, and you put them in the fridge, it'll congeal. The fat will all rise to the top. You can scoop the fat off, and what you have left is the actual juices of the turkey. And so I poured all that in, added a little Wondra. Listen, I cheat like the rest of you. So I add a little Wondra, and we're going to just pour this now all over our shepherd's pie mix. As you can see, it's still got some of the herbs in there from when we roasted the turkey. Beautiful. Okay. That's easy. All right. Now, you got to add a little cranberries, right? So, here's the last of our my wife made. These are my wife's cranberries, and they were absolutely delicious. As you can see, this thing was full, and it's not full anymore. So, we're going to finish them up. And we're going to put that right on our turkey pot pies, or excuse me, our shepherd's pies, and not pot pies. So one of the difference, some people say, what's the difference between a shepherd's pie and a turkey pot pie? So pot pie is made with an actual crust. So usually like the same kind of crust you would make like a pie crust. Where a shepherd's pie is you're putting pretty much everything in, you're baking it off, and you got to put a potato topping on it. So we're going to do our potato topping right now. So here I have some leftover mashed potatoes. So I'm going to put some of those in a... So this is what we call a piping bag. If you don't have a piping bag, or if you don't have the little tips for it, you can easily use a Ziploc bag, and you cut the tip off and you put it in there and you zip it closed, and you can do the same thing that we're kind of doing here. Except with this one, I'm creating some cool designs. So I'm going to pipe it just like that. Just like that. It's kind of one of those classic looks that you've probably seen. When we went to England, I got shepherd's pie, and I remember they did this, I believe, with the potatoes. So this is all I did is just take our leftover mashed potatoes, and I've put them in a piping bag. And this has, as you could tell, it has a star tip on it. All right. Whoa, we got potatoes coming everywhere here. Reminds me of that Julia Childs show we just watched. Everything was everywhere. All right, so there's one. Now, I want to do sweet potatoes on the other. You were like, why is he making two? Because we're going to do sweet potatoes on the other. So, we're going to open up our piping bag. Now, here's one example. So, sweet potatoes tend to clog up tips pretty easily. So, here's one where I just took a piping bag and I cut the tip of the bag off. And we're going to just add this right now into our piping bag. Get that in there. So this is, again, leftover sweet potatoes. And what I did is, this is the marshmallow sweet potato casserole. And what I did is I just mashed it up so that it would pipe a lot easier. And we're going to just drop that down. And then we're going to literally just pipe it around just like that. And we'll fill it up. We might as well use the rest of it, right? All right, beautiful. Looks good, but I'm not done. Because let's face it, you gotta have marshmallows on it, right? Even though there's marshmallows already melted into it, you still gotta have a topping for it, don't you? I mean, I think you do. All right, how do those look? Really nice, right? So then you're going to have your oven preheated to 350 degrees, and you're going to literally place these in the oven until they are bubbling, nice and bubbly. And when they're done, I'm going to show you what they look like. Because as you know, in my kitchen, we can't make just 2 over 1 of everything. We have to make doubles. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. This is our shepherd's pie with the same thing. I just have a different vessel, but we got our marshmallows melted and browned on their own. As you can see, the mashed potatoes actually have a little crispy points, and if it doesn't do enough on the crispy points, my wife's yelling at me, but I'm doing it anyways because we got to have a little fireworks for the end. And you could just brown them just like this, just like that. Just because you know I like to play. Anyways, that's our class for today, everybody. Oh, I forgot. You're probably saying, what is Joe drinking? Well, you know, Joe has probably had a lot over the last few days, as many of us have. So Joe is trying to settle down and just have himself a nice fall, you know, apple cider with a shot of that hot Fireball whiskey in it. That's right, Fireball whiskey. And remember that from our tailgate class when Jim Economy made it for me? Anyways, cheers, Fireball whiskey and apple cider. Oh, that's so good. Anyways, I hope you all have a great week coming up. I hope everybody gets home safe. And you know what I always say every week. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay safe. And we'll see you next week on Sunday Dinner with Chef Joe.